Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop. Hold on, I want gloves. Excuse me. Bloop, 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 bleep, bleep, bloop, bloop. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Just Christ. All right. Rock the cradle of love. Rock the cradle of love. Yes, the cradle of love. Don't rock easy. It's true. All right. What is this shit? Yeah, put that shit there. Beep-de-de-deep, dude. Hey, TJ, you notice a substantive quality difference from real Velveeta versus various store brands of it? I don't eat enough Velveeta to tell you. I really don't fuck with Velveeta. I don't really like that ultra processed cheese. The only time I use that is if I'm making like an oven baked mac and cheese. I will use like some Velveeta in that, but even then, it's pretty sparing. Like I'd much rather just kind of use it as like a melting template, you know, because it melts a little easier than most cheeses. But as far as flavor goes, I'm not impressed with it. So I'd rather like get some like a smoky like Gruyere or something, and some sharp cheddars to fill out the flavor profile. The Velveeta is just there to maybe get like the melt going a little bit. So I don't fuck around with no Velveeta. Not really. Did you hear about Justin Roiland? No. Is he dead? What happened? What happened to Justin Roiland? I don't know, man. I can't get regular cheeses to melt like Velveeta. Well, that's the thing. Is like that's what I said. Like you use it to melt. It's a melty cheese. I mean, can you even really call it cheese? I don't know. It's like a melt primer, you know? You back on your diet yet? I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm on a strict diet, but I'm trying to tone down the overeating. I'm kind of like gradually working back into not eating like a fucking hog. He was arrested for domestic violence charges. Okay. I don't know. I guess I don't really have an opinion. I mean, it's none of my business. He's not my spouse. I'm gonna still watch the show and stuff, unless they cancel it. Really don't care beyond that. Shred your cheat. Oh, sorry. Someone gave me money, so nothing else matters now. My girlfriend is still held by ICE. This is bull. I want my Rita back. What the fuck? Your girlfriend is being held by ICE? The fuck is going on? TJ's feminine clothing is really harming my masculine energy. I really don't see how a fucking black sweater is like feminine. But whatever. I got my fingernails painted, but they've grown out so much that like, you know, you can't really see it. This doesn't have an autofocus, unfortunately. One of the perils of using this camera as my webcam. But you can kind of see. I could manually do it, I guess. Eep. Yeah. There you go. See that? Yeah, like the nails growing out so much. I ordered some new nail polish, though, so, you know. Rick and Morty gonna die if he gets convicted. He's like half the voice cast. Or you could just not fire him from a job that, like, is there anything about doing the voice of Rick and Morty that requires you to not be a domestic violence guy? Like, I don't feel like there is. Unless he goes to, like, prison. Kind of hard to record from prison. But other than that, I really don't see how it should affect anything. But I guess in this day and age, they do fire people over shit like that. So I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't really think so though, because I'd rather have Rick and Morty. Your nail polish is especially good if it hasn't. I mean, there's some chips, and but it's like that that like stuff they put over under the UV lights and all that crap to set. I don't know. I don't know how it works. TJ is the goth girlfriend of all of our dreams. Yeah. So I might convict unless I bring Mike to his cell, LMFAO. I mean, I don't know. Usually for domestic violence, you're not looking at like some kind of insane like prison time, you know? I can't remember. Has anyone ever even, I mean, I'm sure people have gone to prison for domestic violence, but like, I don't know. I don't know how bad is it? Like, is this like an instance of like he beat the shit out of someone, or is this an instance of like he smacked somebody? Because like, obviously both are bad, but one's worse, right? Da, 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 da. I mean, it sounds like I'm looking at this case. It says it's like 3 years old. It says this happened in 2020. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really, this doesn't sound like something. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on what's going to happen. Protective order, blah, 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 blah. There's not really many details about what actually happened here. Yeah, it says details of the case, including police body camera footage, police reports, abuse investigation reports, medical reports, and recordings of interviews are currently being withheld from the public under a protective order. So yeah, it's kind of hard to really form much of an opinion without knowing those things. If you had to join an organized crime group, who would it be? I mean, it'd probably be like the mafia, I guess. Because that's the only one I know anything about, because I've seen so many movies. I feel like organized crime guys are not usually very progressive, though, so probably have a hard time fitting in. But I don't know. They seem to respect violence, so I just have to like murder a few dudes, and then the more dudes you murder, the more they respect your eccentricities, or the more they just kill you. Even felony domestic violence, you are looking at probation unless you got priors. Yeah, because I mean, like, I don't know. It's just, I've never really heard of anyone going away for a long time for that, unless it's like really brutal. But I don't know. Like I said, without knowing any details about the case, it's kind of hard to say. Because like that could range anywhere from just like grabbing someone to slapping someone to punching someone to breaking a fucking chair over someone's back. I mean, it's like, I don't know. And like, to me, this very my feelings about it are very different depending on how far it went. I mean, I guess if it's like felony level, I mean, you'd assume it must be pretty bad. I don't know. Either way, his seems like his reputation will already be damaged. I mean, it sounds like this has been going on for 3 years, and I don't know. Doesn't really seem to have done much thus far. I guess they just brought charges, so maybe that could do something. But I don't know. I don't really think Justin Roiland enjoys some sort of like. I mean, he's not Mr. Rogers or something, you know. I don't know how much of a fucking reputation he really banks on. Why you guys always want? I don't know who Brian Koberger is. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland. TJ, Amelia's so foreign has the biggest ass I have ever seen. Okay. I don't know who that is, but I'll file that away in my memory banks. Pirates of Ninjas. I don't know what that means. What if you lost a bitch boy slap fight? Everyone who participates in a bitch boy slap fight loses. Brian Koberger convicted murderer of 4 University of Idaho students. I don't know who it is. Sorry. What's the allegation? Just being charged with some domestic violence stuff from 2020. We don't really know what he did. Nothing has come out really about the details, so we don't really know. Have you noticed a resurgence in creationist ideas like intelligent design recently, or is my algorithm just fucked? I mean, you know, if you watch a YouTube video about a topic, it'll feed you 20 million other videos about that topic. So, you know, that's just kind of how they roll. Video game underground. What chick has a big ass? Some chick named Amelia's so foreign or something. I don't know I don't remember the name. It was some Amelia so foreign. I guess I could just look this up. You know, why not? I'm not sharing screens with you guys. So video game underground. I mean, you know, she's got a big ass and everything, but like, I don't know. Like, I can name like 100 girls on Instagram that I follow that have bigger ones than that. I mean, it's nice. I'm not poo pooing it or anything, but yeah, that's not the biggest ass I've ever seen. You must be new to the big ass game. Yeah, I keep hearing good things about Puss in Boots too. Do I have to have seen any other media with Puss in Boots? So here's my relationship with Puss in Boots. I don't like him in the Shrek movie that he was in, and I did not see the first movie because it looked stupid. But everyone is sucking the fucking dick of Puss in Boots 2. And it reminds me of when everyone was sucking the dick of Paddington 2, and I'm just like, what is this? And like, I refuse to watch Paddington 2, and I kind of feel like I refuse to watch Puss in Boots 2, but like, you know, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Give me one of your big ass favorites, TJ. All right, I'll just go on Instagram right now and like see what's what. Sure, here you go. Let's just do it. So I'll just scroll until I see one that's bigger than what she has. Let's see. First one I see that looks bigger or at least in the same ballpark, I'll just like share. The hell? Why can't I scroll any further than that? The desktop Instagram freaking sucks. All right, what do we got? Video game underground. Okay, what's this? All right. Yeah. This probably. Yeah, go to just go to Mystic Being with 3 G's on fucking Instagram. Just go to Instagram and go to Mystic Being and spell mystic and being the same as they'd normally be spelled, except for put 3 G's in being. BEINGGG. And like, yeah, it already is bigger than what you brought to me. What you brought forth to me is the biggest, but is not. Here's one already that just like is way bigger. So, wrong. Wrongity, wrongity, wrong, wrong, wrong. God damn. Video Game Underground has the best video games in town. If you like some video games, come around and play them, or else you're lame, lame, lame. Yeah. Is there such a thing as too much ass? Nope. There sure isn't. Is Lana Del Rey hot? I don't know. I can't even really picture what she looks like in my brain, to be honest with you. That's that singer, right? That whispers everything. One of those whisper singers. You know what I mean? She's one of those like singers that never like raises the decibel level above a slight whisper. I'll look her up. I don't know. I think she's one of these chicks that's probably like too skinny for me or whatever. I really don't remember what the hell. I don't remember what the hell she looks like. I feel like she looks different in every damn picture I'm looking at here. I don't know. I mean, she doesn't leave much of an impression on me one or the other. She's actually thick. She got pretty chubby. Yeah, I don't know. She just ain't. I don't know. She don't leave much of an impression on me. She don't turn my crank. I'm glad she can turn someone's. That's good for her. Or I don't know. I don't know. Does she want that for herself? I'm not even sure. I don't even know what she likes or wants. It's not really my business to care. Index's laboratory. His mom's got the fattest ass you've ever seen. TJ, where Crystal Ball has a bit of an ass. Yeah, I saw somewhere. I don't remember where. I saw her in concert. I was literally the only straight black dude there. Cool. Did you ever unban Peyton from the Scotty Rage ban? I mean, no. That's pretty much like Fighting Boys is like Scotty's baby. So, you know, like we're both on it, but like it's more his than it is mine. He does more of the back end stuff on there and everything. So, you know, if he decides he wants Peyton irrationally banned for no good reason, I guess that's fine with me. You know, Peyton can always create some kind of alternate account or whatever. I don't really understand what the reason for the ban was, but hey, Jack, meet Paul behind the barn, Jack. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Why am I censored? I don't know. Why indeed? Why am I censored? Why are we all censored? Is there another You're Wrong coming soon? I think, I don't know. I mean, you had to ask Scotty about that. I know you don't have many opportunities to ask him that kind of stuff, but I just wouldn't know. I don't know. Scotty can be, I don't know. His temper really doesn't always make sense to me, but it is what it is. He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather eat. Wait. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. Comic book store situation, yeah. Have you ever been sued before, TJ? I'm kind of surprised to say no. No one has ever sued me yet. Very strange, but true. You would have thought someone would have done it by now, but as of yet, has not happened. You know? I'm not really sure why not. You'd figure that eventually would have happened, but no. Comfy song. Yeah. I kind of wish it wasn't at the beginning of every episode, or that YouTube had a skip intro button or something, because, you know, if you're trying to watch a bunch of his episodes consecutively, it gets a little annoying to hear it every time. It's like, okay. I had to sue somebody. Sorry about that. And that could be expensive. Yeah, there was a point where things almost got to lawsuit levels, but it stopped at mediation or whatever. I'm not really supposed to talk about that, though. Did you guys know murder was legal in the 70s? Yeah, it's one of my favorite facts. It's a little known truth. Jacob Rosenthal will come for all of us eventually, TJ. I know. No, I never watched the AVGN movie because I don't know. I love his videos. Like, I think that his early stuff was great, and then he went through a period of time where I didn't think his stuff was as good, but I feel like now I really like his stuff again. I feel like he's kind of going through like a second renaissance at the moment. And even during his period of not being the greatest, he was still pretty good. But I never wanted to see his movie. And it wasn't like because I don't know, it never really appealed to me. Because like it felt like it was just gonna be like, I thought about like what it really is to watch an AVGN skit. And I'm like, okay, so imagine that feature length. And I was like, that doesn't sound that great. So, you know, I just kind of was like, the games are really kind of the glue that holds that shit together, you know? It's like, you know, you're watching Elvira, you know, or something, like, or one of these other reviewers, like, you know, but like the idea of watching Elvira, you know, sitting there making puns and, you know, jiggling her tits for, you know, an hour and a half. It's like, you know, in between little breaks in the movie, fun. Watching it for a movie length, not so fun. Now, Elvira also made a movie, but she did other stuff. She kind of branched out. And if I got the sense that AVGN kind of branched out from his sort of like usual shtick in the movie, then maybe that'd have been a different thing. But I don't know. The movie never held any appeal for me. And, you know, from what I hear, people who watched it are kind of like underwhelmed by it. So, you know, whatever. I'm glad he got to make a movie, and it looked like he had fun, but I don't know. It just never really seemed like my kind of flick, so I didn't watch it. You know, the Elvira movie was actually good. But like I said, she branched out and didn't just do the same shtick from her show. She showed like a whole range of like talents, and they constructed a story and all this stuff. You know, and I feel like if someone who was, you know, I don't know, had a little bit more film experience had come to James Rolfe and sort of like, brought their expertise to it. And he was more of just an actor. And, the other aspects were helmed by people who were more, and he was maybe like had some creative control, but he wasn't like the director or whatever, the writer, all these things. I don't know what his roles are. I know he had a lot of creative control as well. Maybe I think it could have turned out a little better. I'm not sure. But like I haven't seen it, so maybe I shouldn't really try to criticize a movie I haven't fucking seen. But I can just tell you why I didn't really have much of an urge to see it. And really, you don't really hear people talk about it, other than like, if you mention you're a fan of his, people will ask, like you just asked, if you've ever seen it. But like other than that, you really don't see it pushed. You don't see him pushing it that much or talking about it, or putting it out there as like, oh yeah, you guys, by the way, I directed a movie a few years back, you want to see that, and you'd figure like maybe, oh yeah, specialty DVD. Like he doesn't, I don't know, it's almost like he doesn't mention it, and people don't mention it, and you never just scrolling through stuff on Prime or whatever, and oh, there it is. So I don't know. It just doesn't really seem like anyone really remembers it that much or talks about it. Like I've never heard anyone share a meme from it or talk about how epic this, that, or the other thing was from it. So I don't know. I've never really had much of a reason to check it out. Ever watched The Last Drive-In on Shudder with Joe Bob Briggs? Like my favorite thing. I have a Christmas card signed by Joe Bob and Darcy on my mantle. I have a Joe Bob Briggs T-shirt in my closet. I have a Joe Bob and Darcy poster somewhere around here. I have a Joe Bob Briggs coffee mug. I'm a huge fan of Joe Bob Briggs. I support him on Patreon. I watch his show. I've been a fan of his since Monster Vision on TNT. I was a little too young to watch him on the movie channel back in the day, but I surely would have if I had been the right age for it. I think he's a brilliant writer. I think his show has a great format. I love Joe Bob. So yeah. TJ, will you officiate my wedding? Yeah. I don't see why not. If you're willing to pay me to do it, if you'll pay for me to come there and you'll give me like a little extra money, like, it costs money, is what I'm saying. But I mean, not that much. I'd do it. Fucking, I don't give a fuck, free trip and, all that. Why not? I'm not shy in front of crowds. I can easily go in front of a crowd of people and do whatever I need to do. So, yeah, I'll do it. I'll officiate your wedding. I don't give a fuck. I don't see why not. I mean, you had to pay my travel expenses and you had to give me a little extra for the ceremony itself. But, that's what I do. And I can do it. I can wear my makeup and do it as the Swamp Shaman or whatever the hell you want. I can do multiple different angles on it. TJ should force myself to go sleep if I don't want to. I don't care what you do. I mean, your sleeping habits, they mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I could marry you as the king. I could marry you as the Swamp Shaman. I could marry you as like whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Getting married is garbage. I like being married, so I disagree. I sucked at it the first time, but I got better. That was my practice. That was my practice marriage. I feel like I did better this time. Party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. When you fly, do you choose first class on account of your height? I try to at least get business class. Like, I try to at least get some more leg room because, you know, I mean, I can do coach seats, but, you know, it sucks because I'm huge. Any advice for conflict resolution in a relationship? You know, I don't know. It depends on who you are, who your partner is, what your values are, how you communicate with each other. Like, it's just not, there's no easy answer to that. Generally speaking, it's a good idea to listen and respond to what people are saying and not just try to, you know, talk over each other. I would say, you know, cultivating active listening abilities is usually a good thing. But obviously, you know, anger adds another challenge to that, right? So it can be hard enough to listen to other people, even your, you know, romantic partners, when you're not angry. You know, especially if you have a racing brain. So that alone is like a thing you have to try to cultivate over time, at least for me. And so when you're mad, that can make it even harder to focus on what the other person is saying. But I think that's probably the most important thing you could do in any situation is be cognizant of what someone is conveying, not just with their direct words, but with their actions and with the way that they say things. Because sometimes what they're overtly saying and what they're really saying might not necessarily be the same thing. So an ability to kind of listen in and, you know, interpret that subtext can be important, and to not jump to conclusions and to be open-minded and to really try to bridge those communicative gaps, you know, as much as possible. But that being said, you know, I get in like stupid petty fights all the time. So, you know, me and Chelsea, we get along pretty well, but, you know, we definitely do fight sometimes. And, you know, we don't really have a lot of big fights, but we bicker from time to time. I don't think it's to the point where it's like really a problem for our relationship, but, you know, it's there. It is an element. Do you have anger, TJ? Yeah, I've always struggled against some anger. Anger is the second worst cross I have to bear. The first worst cross I have to bear is boredom. I'm bored very easily, and I'm angry almost as easily. And a lot of times I get angry. One thing I found about myself through sort of introspection and time is that anger will honestly sometimes be something I use to escape boredom. So if life starts to be tedious, I'll find something that makes me angry because that's my easiest emotional escape from boredom. So, you know, but that can obviously create problems. And I just wish I could summon up different emotions easier, but they seem to be harder to work for. So, you know, I try to do my best. I try to improve over time. That's all you can really do. Frustrating, yeah. Honestly, though, anger can be, at least for me, a pleasurable emotion sometimes. There is a certain sort of power to it. You know, sometimes you get so angry you feel like you want to just destroy the universe. And you just want to like take it and just crush it in your hands. And even that feels like it's not enough. But, you know, so there's almost like a sense of like godhood, I think, in anger sometimes for me. For other people, I feel like they feel very powerless when they're angry. So it can be a very different emotion for people. You know, we say the word anger like it's this very like, oh, this is an emotional experience that we all share. But really, I feel like people feel anger in different ways. So, yeah, I don't know. Because I think for some people, anger can be a pleasurable experience. For some people, it can be a horrible experience. You know, but I think anger can actually be addictive, especially if you find pleasure in it. and I do. So that's dangerous, and you have to really think about that. Think about how, you know, how much are you willing to cede to that emotion? Come to Abeville? I don't know what that is. How about anger fucking? You know, I've never really done that. I don't know if it's because my, you know, sexuality tends to be more expressed in like my submissive side, because I definitely have a dominant side and a submissive side, and I feel like my dominant side is very like callous, Machiavellian, and does not really intersect much with my sexuality. Whereas my more submissive side definitely does more intersect with my sexuality. Like, so I feel like really anger sex really wouldn't make sense for me. The emotional cocktail of my psyche doesn't really allow for it. At least I've never experienced the circumstances where that could emerge. But I mean, I guess I can't count it out. You know, even at the age of 37, I still discover new things about myself. So perhaps that is a facet to my being. If you want to get over your anger forever, you have to forgive your parents. I don't really have any grudge against my parents. It's not really my parent. I've never really been mad. I mean, my mom was great. Don't really have much anger towards her at all. My dad was kind of an asshole, but whatever anger I had towards him, I mean, is like long gone, pretty much resolved. So, you know, I don't really have any concern about that anymore. I don't feel like my anger was ever really something that was generated by upbringing, at least not from the parental side of things. I don't really know the source of my anger. I don't think it's that, though. Bum, 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 bum. What's better, Coke Zero or Diet Coke? I used to like Coke Zero better, but at this point I like Diet Coke better. And I think Coke Zero, they changed the recipe for it, and it started to make me have a stomach ache when I drank it, so I stopped drinking it. You don't resent your parents, TJ? I don't think so. I don't really. I mean, my dad definitely had some attributes that I found very annoying, but I don't really hold a grudge. I'm not really much of a grudge holder in the first place, honestly. My anger is much more of the moment. I don't really carry anger around from past instances of injustice. I'm usually someone who gets angry about the latest thing, but I can get very angry over very small things, especially if I yield to that. So, I try to avoid yielding to those emotions, except for in times when it doesn't really matter. Like I'll get mad at people in traffic, but I'm not really the kind of person to actually do something with their car. I'm more the sort of person who just like curses them out. But sometimes I guess it does get to that road rage place where it could be a little bit more dicey. Come to Abeville, punk. All right, I heard you the first 20 times. Enough. Get it, Abeville. Great. Stop giving me TJ the most basic psychoanalysis. I mean, basic people are only capable of basic analysis, so but I mean, he's right. A lot of people do harbor a lot of resentment of their parents. So, I mean, I know a lot of people who carry around a lot of anger from their mom and dad, but that's not really me. TJ, do you think the recent fiasco of Kevin McCarthy becoming speaker and by giving concessions proves that Jimmy Dore was right about force the vote? I don't really think. I think I made this clear at the time. Go back and watch my videos and tell me if I'm full of shit on this. but I don't think I ever had a problem with the strategy of force the vote. I had a problem with the vote he was trying to force because he was just trying to force a vote that would fail. You know, and I think that you could have gotten more substantive concessions rather than just have a meaningless symbolic vote on Medicare for all because you know it's not going to pass. So you're not actually going to make a change. Now, maybe you could say like, oh, well, it shows who's really against it and who's for it, but not really. Because if politicians know that there's enough votes against it, they'll do a vote for it, even if they don't want it to pass, just a virtue signal, right? So it doesn't really show you that. So, I mean, it would have just, I don't know, it just didn't really feel like something that had much merit to me, but I don't think it was the strategy that was bad. I think it was the particular vote he was trying to force that was bad. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like forcing the vote, the force the vote strategy, I mean, I think that you could have definitely done something with it, but you should have done something way more attainable. But I don't know. I could be wrong. He's definitely had worse ideas. Hi, TJ. Thanks for the contento. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think anger itself is necessarily a problem. That's true. What would have been a better vote to force? I don't know. How about minimum wage? Because look what happened when you know, Kyrsten Sinema came out against the minimum wage and did that little cheeky like, you know, I mean, she's basically dead in the water. She's trying now to run as a centrist because she's so unpopular in her own district. Yeah, I've definitely given up on AOC. I don't think there's anything there. If we were electing someone to write bangers on Twitter and then have a voting record that doesn't reflect their bangers at all, then she'd be great. Like, I think she tweets great stuff. If you're looking for someone to tweet tweet the correct things, and that's all you need, then I think she's very useful. But I don't know. She did not switch parties. She didn't go Republican. She's now an independent, quote unquote. But that's only because she's basically only doing it to avoid a primary because she's so unpopular. If you look at polls on her in her own district, I mean, she's wretchedly hated. I don't know if they do districts for that. I don't know. You ever want to punch someone for no reason? Yeah, for sure. How much did I pay for that neon sign? I mean, I got that sign so long ago. I don't even really use that logo anymore, but I still like the sign. So for a while, I stopped using the sign just because I felt like I don't use this logo, but it's like, whatever. It still looks cool. So I don't know. I think it was like $400 or $500 or something like that. It's custom made, obviously. Yeah, I don't remember. It could have been 600. I honestly don't remember. What do politicians do when they don't get reelected? They become lobbyists or they go work for, in private industry. Party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. Maybe I can find... I mean, I know I did email correspondence with the person at the time that I got the sign. I was probably using this inbox at the time. Let's see. Neon. Let's see. Neon sign. Yeah, I'm getting all kinds of unrelated stuff. Hear the call of the one who thirsts, TJ. Slanesh calls you. Thanks, bud. Yeah, I get what. Why does there? Wait a minute. Neon Signs USA. That might be it. Yeah, Neon Signs USA. All right, here we go. Here's the order. So it looks like I ordered the sign on in September of 2017. How much did I pay for the sign? Okay, so the sign was $399 from neonsignsusa.com. Let me see if that still exists. Looks like I got $2 from Red Rum, and I got another $5 from Samantha Sledge. She says, I'm so drunk, do a DFF on Smedley Butler. And it looks like neonsignsusa.com does not exist anymore, or I'm having like some kind of DNS issue. So either they don't exist now, or whatever. So the company I bought this from might not even exist anymore. Yeah, they did a good job. $400 sounds like a deal from. I don't really know if it's a good deal or not. I've never price shopped. I literally just took the first offer. But yeah, I agree. $399 is not a bad deal. 2017, it'd probably be more now. They probably charge a little more with inflation and such. But yeah, $399 was the price they made me pay. It's a pretty big sign. I wish I don't know. Custom neon signs. Let's see. Sculptneonsigns.com. Space is brought to life with neon signs. #1 neon sign manufacturer. Customize your own neon sign now. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, these people charge way more. So that's interesting. Yeah, but it looks like the one that I bought from might not exist anymore, which sucks because they were very nice. I think they said they'd been around for years too, so they must have hit some rough times or something. That's sad. How much was the epic collage behind it? That epic collage cost $0. I just had to get some chick to make it for me. I forget her name. Some girl. Some girl out there in the world, you know. Aren't you supposed to be asleep? You're supposed to be asleep. Go to bed. Go to bed, you. Party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. She originally was making that as a background for Deep Fat Fried, but they never ended up using it, so I just use it. Do 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 do. Did you believe those videos of dogs using buttons to talk to their owners? Not really. I can't fucking sleep. Damn. You can't fucking sleep, huh? Well, do you want to watch the fucking Sopranos then? Because I can leave this shit and we can watch the fucking Sopranos. I get a feeling though that if I tried that, you'd fall asleep 20 minutes into the first one we watched. So maybe not. Yeah. Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea can make these collages for people. She's really very talented at collage. I mean, she's a great painter too, in my opinion. She doesn't do much art, but it's always great when she does it. But that one took forever. It's huge, obviously. I don't know what the dimensions are of it, but it does it. When we bought the canvas for it, we couldn't fit it in our car, and there was some dude parked next to us that was laughing at us trying to load it. My butt is huge. I just realized. What a thing to only just now be like, wait a minute. I have insomnia too until I get extra tired at like 8 or 9 in the morning. I can't sleep. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that sucks and all that. Whatever. Do you think recession is on the way? I keep hearing the word recession tossed around. I don't know. I don't really care. Recession, depression, boom and bust. It is what it is. A recession is always on the way. Fair enough. We're already in a recession. Yeah, maybe. Same shit, different day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You look at like the stock market and shit during my lifetime. It's like so, you know, doesn't really mean much. This is like TJ's doing with that indigestion. Okay. Same day, different shit. What's your Etsy called, Chelsea? Ain't that America, land of the free? Chelsea says she'll let you know when she posts something to it. She don't have anything on there yet, though, so there you go. There you go. I wonder if my so like I told you guys earlier, my nails are kind of growing out from where they are. Like I now have like basically like half painted nails. So I ordered some nail polish because I want to do it myself. Because this I got done professionally, but I don't want to pay for that every time. So I ordered some. I wanted some matte black shit. Apparently it's arriving. It says arriving tomorrow by 10. That probably means like it's technically the 13th right now. That probably means the 14th. I'm assuming. So your mods are so irritating. Okay. Oh well. How's Manson defense video coming? I don't know. I scrapped it. I don't really feel like. I mean, I might do something with it later, but I'm not. It's not what I'm focused on now. I have a different focus at the moment. I was actually going to do a video about. Well, I don't even want to announce it because then people will start harassing me about it. I feel like when people start harassing me for a video, it makes me not want to do it. So I better just not tell you guys what I'm working on. TJ, look up Starly Vanta Black nail polish. It's one of the darkest shades of black. That sounds cool. Can you paint your nails so black that light can't escape them? I mean, these nails were really black. Like, there was no shine. I don't like shiny black nails, but I like having matte black nails. So I ordered some matte black nail polish, and hopefully it's not going to be shiny. Hopefully it'll be like the same quality this is. We shall see. What do you think about the Andrew Callaghan thing? So I was never really a huge Channel 5 fan. I saw a couple of videos here and there, but I never really watched much. I always liked what I saw. As for like allegations and shit, I really don't have an opinion. I really don't care about these scandals. I really don't feel like it's my place to comment on them. I don't really understand. I mean, I understand why these have become a matter of like trial by public perception or whatever the fuck, but I don't agree with it, so I don't participate in it at this point. And I feel like there's way more important shit. I don't really care about his personal problems. If he's done something criminal, then he should go to jail. If he's done something asshole-ish, then he didn't do it to me. So I don't really give a fuck. That's my opinion. Why are you picking on Cynic? I don't know. They just hate Cynic, but I mean, he's done so much trolling in here that like he's earned it. Like he's earned the reputation he has. So I just don't know. I just don't. Like I said, if he did something that's worthy of like bringing criminal charges against him, then that's a matter for the courts to decide. But if he's just done some stuff that's like rude or untoward, then that's between him and the people he's wronged. I don't really see why it's up to me to give a shit. I'd much rather commentate on people who are bad actors in the political sphere. I don't really care much about people's personal problems. Andrew admitted to rape, though, so it's more than just asshole-ish. Well, if he's guilty of rape, then like I said, that's a matter for the criminal justice system. Not a matter for me. I don't hate Cynic. I just hate when he says things that are prejudiced. Oh, man. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. CJD like double bass instruments. I don't know. I really don't even know what that is, honestly. I mean, I can kind of guess, but how about the guy that lied about his credentials and got elected? I don't know. Which one? The Republican guy from Florida? That guy that said he was Jewish or whatever? I don't know. If that's the guy you're talking about, then yeah, I mean, like, fuck him, but you You shouldn't be electing someone just because they're a Jew anyway. Also, he's a Republican, so it's like, you know, you vote for a Republican, you get what you get. What is the worst city in the U.S. and why? I don't know because I haven't been to every city, but the worst city I've ever been to is probably Toledo, Ohio. I still had a good time there, but it was all just like a boarded down. Like it should just be torn down. It's just blighted. You know, I feel like probably there's a lot of like Youngstown, Ohio, similar. Detroit, Michigan, similar. Like a lot of these places, instead of just like trying to like resuscitate them, maybe just like tear this shit down. You know, let it be the size that it actually can sustain. When you come into Canada, I don't even have a passport right now, so. Yeah, St. Louis is a pretty shitty city too. We should just get rid of Ohio. It's too big. Columbus is not too bad. It's not too good either. I lived in Columbus for a little while. It's an all right city. It's very middle of the road. What's your favorite Spielberg movie? There's got to be like a tier list for that, right? Steven Spielberg tier list. Tier maker, heartbreaker. I feel like I might have even done this before, but I don't think I did it on my own. So let's just go through it, right? Why not? So I never like what they give you. Masterpiece. You know what? I'll just put a hyphen there because great. Good. Shit. Dog shit. There we go. There we go. All right. Now we have our shit. I'm not gonna make content of this. I'm just gonna do it real quick. All right. Boom. What is this? I can't tell what that is. Oh yeah, I definitely need a category for I ain't seen it. So add row below. Just be like, what? And I don't know if I've seen this. I can't tell what it is from the cover, so fuck it. Jaws is a masterpiece. Close Encounters is good. 1941 is shit. I think that's Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's great. E.T. is good. Twilight Zone the movie, his section of that is dog shit. That Twilight Zone the movie overall is not bad, but the Steven Spielberg segment is by far the worst in the whole movie. Temple of Doom, less good than the other one. We'll say good instead of great. Color Purple, good. Empire of the Sun, never seen it. Always never seen it. Last Crusade, that's definitely great. Hook, shit. Jurassic Park is a fucking masterpiece. Schindler's List. People are gonna get mad at me. I didn't like it that much. It's shit. Lost World is shit. Amistad, I couldn't stomach. Saving Private Ryan, dog shit. And maybe just shit. AI, I'd say it's good, but it's almost shit. Minority Report, I'm torn between good and great for that one. I'm gonna say it's good. Catch Me If You Can, good. The Terminal, it's barely good, but I guess it's good. War of the Worlds, shit. Munich, never seen it. Tintin, never seen it. Warhorse, never seen it. Lincoln was good. Bridge of Spies, never seen it. BFG, never seen it. The Post, never seen it. Ready Player One, dog shit. And Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skull, dog shit. So there you go. There's my Spielberg assessments. The two masterpieces are Jaws, Jurassic Park. The great films are the first and third indie films. The good shit is Duel, Close Encounters, E.T., Temple of Doom, Color Purple, AI, Minority Report, Catch Me If You Can, The Terminal, and Lincoln. The shit is 1941, Hook, Schindler's List, Lost World, Saving Private Ryan, War of the Worlds. The dog shit are his contribution to the Twilight Zone movie. If I was just going to rate the Twilight Zone movie on its own, I'd say it's good. But his section of it is literally the worst thing you've ever fucking seen in your life. I skip it when I watch the movie. Ready Player One, awful. Didn't see the whole thing, but I quit because it was so bad. Indiana Jones, Crystal Skull, fuck that movie to death with a chainsaw. And then this is the shit I just haven't seen. He's a great director, but he doesn't always do stuff to my taste. He's way schmaltzy for me. I don't always like that Spielberg vibe. In fact, I usually don't. But he is talented, for sure. I think Lincoln should be in the great for performance alone. The performance, if I'm rating the performance of Daniel Day-Lewis, I'm going to say superb. But the movie itself, I don't know. I didn't really like the script. I didn't really like the angle they took. But it has good and bad elements. But I think the good outweighs the bad. So I'm going to say good overall. Twilight Zone, the movie, has a real dark story attached to it. You mean the thing about the... I forget the name of the actor, but he died in that stunt. And those two kids also died. I'm curious about your personal distaste regarding Crystal Skull. I mean, I feel like people have already outlined, plenty of people have outlined what they don't like about that movie. Mine is not all that unique. If you could pretty much go and watch any bad review of Crystal Skull online, and it'll probably hit upon most of the criticisms I would have. Yeah, Saving Private Ryan sucks. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I hate war movies in general. You're not going to really, there's very few war movies that transcend my fucking prejudice against the genre. I just don't tend to like them. I don't really care about military life. I think, I don't know. I never liked it. My darling, I'm going camping, so I can't hang around, but please take this. I love you. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Saving Private Ryan is incredible. You just have a bias against the genre. Like I said, I don't like the genre. So, I mean, there's a few war movies I guess I can get into. I can't think of them offhand, but there's definitely some. Have you stopped watching The Walking Dead? Yeah, I stopped watching when they added Negan as a character. I never liked Negan. When he took over the show and every episode contained 12 Negan speeches, I really tuned out. I got really bored with it really quick. That guy killed the show for me. I don't really like The Patriot that much, but I did like Braveheart. So, and that also I think is a war movie. You like the movie Dodgeball, a true underdog story? Yeah, but I like it better with the real ending. By the way, I've been trying to watch more anime lately. I don't know if anyone has any anime recommendations, but I've been looking for some anime to watch that's not too mired in like the tropes of anime. Like I don't really like all the stuff that's like super like kawaii bullshit, but I watched the second season of One Punch Man, which is tropey but kind of makes fun of the tropes, so that was kind of cool. And then I was looking for something else to watch, and I ended up watching some Netflix movie called, I think the title that they had on Netflix and the title that it said when I started watching the movie were two different things. I think it was called like Shape of Silence or like Voice of Silence or some bullshit. I can't remember what the fucking title was, but that was interesting. This is very low key, but not too bad. Yeah, I've watched Death Note. I tried to watch Attack on Titan, but it was just stupid as fuck. Like, I did not like that. So, don't recommend that one to me. Vinland Saga bored me to fucking tears. I watched the first two episodes and I was just like, I feel like I'm going into a fucking coma watching this. A Silent Voice. Yeah, that's right. But it was also called something else. It had like two titles. Like the title that it had in the Netflix menu and then the title that it had when I actually clicked on it. It was like the Shape of Voice in one place and then a Silent Voice somewhere else or something like that. Cyberpunk Edge Runners was another one that I watched, and that one didn't bore the shit out of me or anything, but I just didn't get hooked by it. So I watched 3 episodes, and I was like, I kept waiting for it to get like really good because people were like, oh, it's really good, and it just never got really good. So I don't know. Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, I have watched some Love, Death, and Robots. Even TJ has incredibly wrong opinions. I'm sorry that my standards are better and higher than yours. I did watch Berserk. I watched the old one. Then, I mean, it was like going along really well. And then, like, it just ended and there was like nothing resolved. And then I found out that what I watched was basically like 150 bazillionth of some super long story that, like, I remember reading that, like, oh yeah, it's been running for like 20 years or something and it's only like 25% done. And I'm like, I'm not getting into this because this person's going to die before they finish it. And then lo and behold, I believe they did. So yeah, I don't know. Samurai Champloo. I've watched Samurai Champloo. I mean, Akira. I watched Akira when I was a fucking baby. You know, whatever. That's like baby shit. I've seen Perfect Blue. I've seen Akira. When people say stuff is really good, I usually don't like said stuff. I hate wasting my time on mediocrity. Yeah, I would rather watch something bad than something mediocre usually. It depends on the kind of bad, though. Try One Piece. It's super short. You'll catch up in no time. Shut up. I already know you're lying, okay? I already know that show has like 1,000 episodes or some bullshit and is still going. Don't act like a newbie if you aren't. I never said I was a fucking newbie. I said I've been watching more anime lately and I'm looking for some anime to watch. So, boo, boo, boo. It seems like you guys are either recommending shit that sounds like dog shit or shit that I've already seen. So I'm like already regretting that I even did this. But I don't know. Dead Man Wonderland. Don't know anything about that. Mob Psycho. I mean, that sounds cool. Is there a Mob Psycho in it? Could you be most anime is lame? Most of anything is lame. That's why I'm looking for recommendations, right? Come on. Because 90% of almost anything is going to be pretty lame. First season of RV Trip. Yeah, that's a good one. Dude, I love The Room. The Room is one of my favorite movies. If I was going to make my top 10 favorite movies, The Room would definitely be on it. I don't care that it's like a bad movie, quote unquote. If the purpose of a movie is to be entertaining, then The Room is like among the pinnacle of cinema. I don't make any apologies for that take either. Dude, when I was on mushrooms recently, I had a very elaborate fantasy about beating the shit out of Andrew Tate. Like, it was involved. It was multifaceted. It could have been a motion picture. It was quite the journey. I had a character arc in the thing, for fuck's sake. I've watched Code Geass. That's a good one. Why do you love The Room? Because it's just like an amazing cinematic experience. It's just like, it just defies all convention and is just pure entertainment. Like, I just enjoy every second I'm watching it. You know? How did you beat him? Blunt force trauma. Dorohedoro on Netflix is like BDSM Harry Potter. What? Okay, hold on. Dorohedoro? BDSM Harry Potter. All right, hold up. Hold up, then. Finally, one of you said something that sounds interesting enough. Hold up. I gotta see the trailer for this or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna mute for you guys. Whoa. What's happening? Why is there a lizard? Where's the BDSM? I see lizards. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, eat them. What the fuck is going on? I don't know what's happening in this anime, but it does look pretty cool. So, maybe. You know what I mean? Fucking maybe, bro. You're the first person to intrigue me. Have you seen Neil Breen's movies? Yeah, they're fun, but they don't have that transcendent, like, if you watch a Neil Breen movie, you are going to be legitimately bored through a lot of it. Like, it definitely is punctuated by moments of sheer what the fuck glory, but most of it is just kind of like agonizingly boring. Whereas, The Room is never boring for a second. You know, every bit of that movie like shocks you in a new way. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So yeah. How does retirement work when you're a YouTuber? I don't know. I've never retired, so not sure. Can I get an amen for brothers who aren't weebs? Amen, non-weeb. Have you committed suicide? Why have you committed suicide? Yes. I can't believe you committed suicide. Why have you committed suicide? There's nothing I can do. I can't help you now, Mike, or whatever the fuck your name is. I miss shows with interesting sci-fi concepts like X-Files, Twin Peaks, or even the first 5 seasons of Supernatural. Sure, I don't know. Whatever. Boom, 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 boom. Boop. Yeah, one time I killed the Pope. It was funny. Are you talking about the 2020 version of The Room or the B-rate? Well, that one's just called Room. I have never seen the critically acclaimed Oscar winning or nominated movie Room. I've never seen that. I don't know about that. But I have seen The Room, which is what I'm talking about. Mr. Robot is the best series I've ever watched. Yeah, people have recommended that to me before, but I've never seen it. But yeah, I do have to watch Twin Peaks at some point because I told Paul if he watched Breaking Bad, I'd watch Twin Peaks, and he's been watching Breaking Bad, so I should probably watch Twin Peaks. But luckily, his show is longer, so I have more time to do it. I've actually started watching The Sopranos, so I got that to watch. But I'm watching that with Chelsea, so I need something to watch when she's not around, you know. Or maybe I shouldn't watch something else and I should just like work on other projects. But man, I don't know. I like watching things. Holy fuck, you haven't seen Mr. Robot? Like, I'm really turned off by the fact that it's on like USA or whatever the fuck channel it is. Like, it's on some like pussy channel, and I just don't. I'm not really super interested in plots like these tech shows. You know, I don't know. Like, nothing about the premise of it intrigues me. So like, I'd be very surprised if I actually liked the fucking thing. You know, I know, and you know, a lot of times these people come to me and everyone starts sucking the dick of some show, and then I'm like, all right, and I'll check it out. And then like sometimes it turns out they were right, and I'm like, man, I should have listened to them all along. But way more often, I watch it and I'm just like, ugh, what the fuck do people see in this garbage? So I don't know. But maybe I should take a look at one of these points. I'm really getting really bored watching it, and the incest turned me off. Hold up. What? Wait a minute, what? Dark is a show where all the characters are like in time. Oh my god, yeah. Dark is a show that you need to watch with a goddamn notebook. That show is the fucking hardest to follow I've ever. That show makes you work harder to understand the plot than any other fucking TV show I've ever watched. That was such a fucking. It was a good show. Kind of ended on a fizzle, but you know, whatever. The journey was great. The destination was kind of like whatevs, but you know. Speak incest and dude, if you say anything unconventional, like once I find out a show has some weird shit going on, like if you really want to sell me on something, tell me the weirdest and most disturbing aspect about it, and that's probably what's going to make me go like, huh, interesting. Dark is a good, okay start to complete waste of time. Did that make sense as a sentence? Dark is a good, okay start to a complete waste of time. I don't know. I feel like the show is pretty much good until the end when it just decides like to change all of the rules that they've spent every episode establishing until then for no good reason. Like Dark spends the entire show setting up this like sort of these like their rules, and then at the end it's just like, by the way, you know, now we're out of the loop because now someone's doing something they've never done before. It's like, what? But they've tried that a bunch of times and it never worked. Yeah, well, now it's because they're trying it during this time when the time thing is like more malleable or something. Who knows? It didn't change the rules. It pretty much like did. I disagree with that it didn't. I get that I don't remember all the fucking details, but I do remember that they had like something where like, well, the only time that you can actually do something to change the timeline is when XY event is going on, and then XY event is going on, so now there's an opportunity to actually change the timeline. But they never explain how the characters like did that, because if every moment up until that event is immutable and unchangeable, then how the fuck could that event itself be changed? Even if the opportunity was theoretically there, the characters would have had the exact same lead up to that moment. So I don't know. Didn't really make any fucking sense, honestly. But whatever, who cares? TJ, try Ergo Proxy. It's a post-apocalyptic gothic cyberpunk anime mystery with a shape-shifting god, monsters, and robots losing their minds because they're gaining self-awareness. Yeah, I tried that one because the premise sounded cool, but I didn't get very far. If you aren't, I recommend getting into jazz. It's far more rewarding art form than anime, in my opinion. I watched the... I listened to a little jazz. I don't listen to a lot. It's a relatively small portion of my music diet, but I do listen to a little bit. I watched the Ken Burns documentary about jazz, and it made me want to appreciate jazz more, but I just don't. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of jazz to me just sounds like a fucking mess. Da, 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 da. What do you think about trans women competing in sports against biological women? I don't really like the biological being distinct from trans. Just say cis. That's the opposite of trans. Because every human being is biological. So I don't know about, but I don't care. I don't really know about gendered competition. Maybe there should be some other metric, like weight classes or something else. I don't know. DBZ is peak fiction. DBZ is stupid, harmless fun. That's what I'd say. Trans women are men, technically? Nope. That's incorrect. What are your thoughts on Scarface 1983, one of the best anti-capitalist films ever made, in my opinion? I've seen it one time, and I didn't really give too much of a shit about it. Maybe I'd like it better if I saw it again. I don't know. I never really understood the big hype around it. I didn't think it was a bad film, but it didn't really do much for me, so if you want something a little more accessible, I recommend starting with Keith Jarrett's Colne concert. Entirely improvised piano concert. Not too messy, just beautiful. Yeah, I don't really think I could listen to an entire concert of piano music. I get pretty bored of the piano pretty quickly. You got to remember I have ADHD, all right? So there's only so much I can take of someone tinkling around on a piano, even if they're really good. Why do people care about each other's genitals so much? It's just like the name of the game right now, I guess. We're just in the season of genitals where everyone's super obsessed. Hopefully it'll pass. Have you ever watched an episode of Ben 10 just out of curiosity? Nope. It looks like dumb kitty bullshit to me, and I have no interest in it. Trans women, men are making a mockery of what it means to be a woman. Cynic, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, take your weird, regressive, backwards ass bullshit take somewhere else. Like, aren't there like chat rooms around the internet that are more receptive to this shit? Like, no one here agrees with you, right? Like, it's not like you can't, I mean, and it's not like we haven't heard it before. So you're not like exposing us to some new idea that's like, oh, wow, you're really challenging our conceptions of shit. You're just like taking a regressive, stupid ass backwards idea and putting it to a bunch of people who are just like going to roll their eyes and be like, shut the fuck up. So what does that do for you? What do you get out of that? Like, I'm just going to go somewhere full of like people who are right and be wrong. That's like my attempt at trolling. It's like, come on, just stop. Like, if you want to say that shit, go say it in some conservative chat room where everyone will suck your fucking dick for it. Because, like, obviously this ain't the crowd for that shit. Am I unbanned yet? I don't fucking know. I'm looking at your comments, so I guess you're not banned here. Can't send super chats. I am sad. Yeah, I don't really have any. I don't really know. People have been sending super chats here. I don't know why you can't, but whatever. I'd rather talk to people who disagree with me. But then you're not really talking. You're just like putting forth ideas that people are just gonna be like, that's stupid. Like, there's an audience that'd be receptive to that. It's not here. And like, no one is looking to have a conversation about this. Like, we've all decided on this already. We're past the point of discussing it. You're not going to change a heart or a mind. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, no one finds it like, incendiary or even interesting. It's just like, hey guys, here's my really wrong take about something. And then we're all just like, all right, whatever, bro. And then you just won't stop. So eventually we're just like, all right, just get the fuck out of here. If my idea is stupid, explain how and why. No. No one has to do that at this point. We're past that. Like, the conversation has moved past that point. At least in this crowd, it has. If you want to find a crowd where that's still like a vibrant discussion and they're still figuring shit out, go ahead. But like, we've already moved past that. We don't have to fucking sit here and like gratify your little need to be argued with. You know what I mean? It's like, you've basically just come into like a room of astronomers and been like, flat Earth. And then we're like, shut up. And then you're like, argue with me. And then we're like, no, that's what's happening here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm always rocking. That's what I do. TJ, are you rocking till the dawn? Yep. TJ, just to clarify, you believe that trans people are the same as cis people in both sex, biological, and gender. This, what do you mean the same? What do you mean I mean, like you know, like transpose any sort of other words in that sentence and tell me if it makes sense. It's like, so you believe tall people are the same as short people? It's like, well, yeah, in many respects they are. Obviously, in some they're not. Like, I don't know. Trans, like, is like the attributes being given to it are so fucking weird. It's like the only attribute a human being can have where certain people just lose their fucking minds and just think that they're talking about like a different species or something. So I don't know. It's really fucking a strange question and a strange phrasing. Do you believe blue-eyed people are the same as green-eyed people? It's like, yeah, I mean, mostly, sure. I don't know. What do you want from that? What does that mean? Realistically, what do you think the chances are that if you become king of the universe, you go mad with power within a few years? I'm already mad, so I might as well have the power. Yeah, go ask Chat GPT or something. I don't know. Like we have resources for this shit now. I've been banned from a chat once. I said I didn't fear the government. Okay. I don't know why you'd be banned from a chat for saying that. Sounds like a weird chat. I don't think trans women and cis women are the same. There's a reason that there's like words that distinguish them from one another. Like, but yeah, blue-eyed women and green-eyed women are not the same. Tall women and short women are not the same. They're all women, but they're different kinds. Maybe Chat GPT is transphobic. From what I've seen, Chat GPT is like it's too PC for my ass, honestly. So I don't think so. It's definitely like super. I mean, it's not overtly left or right, but it's very plays it safe. Like it like avoids having offensive opinions from what I've seen. Yeah, like you can go ask Chat GPT about it. Like, what was the question again? Is trans a feeling? I guess I can ask that to the AI. We can find out what our AI overlords say about it. Oh, great AI oracle, what sayest thou? Let me see if I can find it. I have it bookmarked somewhere. Bookmark that shit. Get out. Fuck you. Show me my bookmarks, motherfucker. You damn motherfucking piece of shit. Where are we at? Uh-huh. Where the fuck is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Uh-huh. No. Where the fuck did it go? Gimme. Last time I tried to do a Google search for it, it wasn't letting me access it. But when I went through my bookmarks, it did. But now I don't see it in my bookmarks, so that's weird. Yeah, when I try to access it through like a Google search, it doesn't fucking show me shit. So where the fuck did you put my shit? I know it's in my bookmarks somewhere. Fuck you. Okay, my bookmarks weren't scrolling for some damn reason. That's why. Here we go. Okay. Proceeding. Connection is secure. Why is it going so slow? Party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. All right. So, guys, is being trans a feeling? Great. Now Chat GPT is going to think I'm stupid. Being transgender is not a feeling. It is a gender identity. A person who is transgender identifies as a gender that is different from the one they were assigned at birth. It is a deeply held sense of one's gender that may or may not align with the sex assigned at birth. There you go. The last thing I'll say about it is we shouldn't be entertaining mentally unhealthy people's delusions about what gender, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, you believe some really wacky shit, so like we all know that. So I don't know. You're going to talk about like irrational beliefs. You ever get tired of talking about the same stuff over and over and not being sarcastic? I know these issues are important to you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely times when I can have my fill of an issue. Like for a number of years, I had my fill about religious discussion. And then I had my fill of SJW bullshit. Did you hear about Gina Carano's Daily Wire movie grossed $800, not $800,000, not $800 million, $800. But I thought if you went woke, you went broke. Well, actually, a lot of Ben Shapiro's fans have been saying that they feel like that movie is woke. A lot of the Daily Wire audience is actually complaining that they feel like the Gina Carano movie is a woke movie. So basically, I don't know. Even right-wing propaganda outlets, when they try to make an entertaining movie, it somehow ends up still being too woke for their own audiences. So I don't know. And it's so funny because like Gina Carano literally could be, she would have her own show right now. Like she would have a show and action figures and she'd be a celebrity. All she had to do was not post like dumb fuck memes. No one would even care if she was conservative. All she had to do was not post some ultra dumb fuck shit like conservatives are treated like Jews in the Holocaust. Like all she had to do was not go off the wall with some crazy bullshit like that, and she could be like a huge star making tons of money, and instead she's starring in Daily Wire movies that literally no one is going to see. The movie grosses $800 fucking dollars. Like, I don't know how many theaters that opened in, but that's pathetic. And then obviously it's available on Daily Wire Plus, which I doubt that they're getting many subscriptions to that. And if they are, I feel like most of the people are watching Jordan Peterson and that kind of bullshit more than they're watching Gina Carano's terrible movie. So I don't know. Your Daily Wire is making an adaptation of Atlas Shrugged. Didn't they already make an Atlas Shrugged movie? I mean, yeah. Like that just kind of like totally encapsulates it. If she went from being in Star Wars to starring in Daily Wire movies, I mean, like, come on. I mean, $800 is pitiful even for opening in one theater. What's it called? Terror on the Prairie or something? It's sitting at 5.4 on IMDb. Box Office Mojo here. I guess they opened it in a few other countries. It made $2,000 in the it made $3,000 in the United Arab Emirates and then another $9,000 in Russia. So it's made a little bit of money here and there. I guess it's American revenue. Just $800 though. I mean, that's pretty sad. Let's see. Where did it open at? Uh-huh. Party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. I don't know why that stupid fucking Eddie Murphy song is stuck in my head, by the way. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm having trouble finding how many theaters it actually opened in. I'm going to assume it's only one, but I guess it could be more. I mean, I saw the trailer for it, and look, some of these Daily Wire movies like look at least somewhat interesting. I might actually go and check some of them out just to kind of see like what we're dealing with. Like that one about the girl who goes hunting with her dad all the time, and then some school shooters show up, and then she's got to fight the school shooters. Like that to me is like cheesy exploitative fun. And if it wasn't brought to you by the Daily Wire, you probably wouldn't think twice about some kind of conservative message to it. And like honestly, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, that looks like it might be like kind of fun as an exploitative like B movie. But when I saw that Terror on the Prairie shit, I was like, this looks fucking awful. Like even setting aside my feelings about the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro and all that bullshit, this just looks flat out unwatchably stupid. So, you know. Should do a review of some of them. Yeah, maybe. How many movies has Daily Wire made at this point? Daily Wire movies. So they have 4 movies at this point. Movies, Daily Wire. Okay. No, that's just their section covering movies. What is a Woman? Which obviously is just pure propaganda, and not even a story-based movie, just a fucking transphobe bullshit. I have Shut In, which I think, yeah, I don't know. That looks like it might be all right. I don't know. No, it was Run, Hide, Fight that looked like it might actually be good, or might actually be like not good, but like you know. And they got some Candace Owens bullshit. I actually have a few movies. Most of them are just dumb, like low effort documentaries and shit. But they got some of these movies that actually tell a story. I don't know. Shut In. That just looks like it's a ripoff of Room. Not The Room, but Room. Run, Hide, Fight is the only one that kind of looks interesting to me. It's got a low Metascore. So I'm assuming, but like the second that Ben Shapiro started making movies, like no critic is going to fucking actually like that, even if it is like, I mean, it just doesn't look that bad to me. It's kind of like it's like kind of an interesting concept, but I don't know. I haven't actually seen the fucking thing, but maybe it would be fun to watch some of their movies. Like I don't want to watch their documentaries, but I might be interested in watching some of their like attempts at like, this is what a conservative version of a Hollywood movie is, and seeing like how they actually do. The fact that you could get yourself to admit a Daily Wire film looked good is reason enough for me to believe that you would be a just world king. I mean, look, when I say it looked good, it looks good in the context of my pretty much awful taste in movies. I mean, I like my taste, but most people don't like my taste. I like a lot of like schlock and B movies and exploitative shit, right? You know, I like a lot of tits and violence and, you know, weird concepts and things that are really offbeat and off the path of like mainstream Hollywood shit. And to me, a movie about a girl fighting a back against like school shooters and like having to use her own guns and shit. Like basically like Die Hard in a school, but with a teenage girl as John McClane and school shooters as the Hans Grubers. Like that sounds kind of fun to me. You know, like the concept sounds pretty fucking cool. And honestly, I feel like if it wasn't being brought to you by Ben Shapiro, people would probably be more receptive to that idea as being a cool idea. But I don't know. Having not seen the movie, you know, I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't deliver on the premise. Or maybe it's just like a lot of fucking lecture-y bullshit, you know, that you wouldn't, you know, no one would want in their movies. I love schlock, though. Die Hard High. Yeah. TJ, why are you using crying emojis lately? What happened to you? Where have I been using crying emojis lately? Trying to think of where I've done that, but I don't know. Maybe in comment responses or something. I use emojis because not everyone... Personally, I don't really have much trouble figuring out the tone of text based on very minimal context clues, but some people really seem to struggle with that. And if you don't have an emoji, they seem to be like, I don't really understand the spirit this is set in, so I guess it maybe helps them. But I don't really know where you're seeing me using these crying emojis all over the place, because I don't really feel like I've done that. But I guess I do use emojis more than I used to. But there's only three, I guess four Daily Wire like motion pictures, right? Like taking about all their stupid documentaries and shit. Like they've only made 4 like story-driven movies, right? Isn't that right? They did Terror on the Prairie, the most recent one. They did Live, Shoot, whatever the fucking one. And they did Shut In. And then there was like one other one that I can't remember the name of, I think. I don't know. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. I'm going through one of these weird personality shifts. I think I'm finally becoming middle-aged, like officially. Because I started doing crossword puzzles, like just out of nowhere. I was just like, I want to do crossword puzzles now. So I started doing that. And I started being really into like mob movies. Like, I don't know, I haven't really watched any, but like I started having this really strong urge. Like, I want to watch Goodfellas, and I want to watch Casino, and I want to watch The Godfather, and I want to watch The Sopranos. So I'm like, I'm into mob shit now, and I'm into crossword puzzles. And I've never been interested in either of those things before. So it's like totally new. Some fucking switch flicked in my brain. I'm like, God damn. Crossword puzzles and mob shit. That's what I want now. I don't know, man. What the fuck, you know? Weird shit. You never know, man. You never know what weird shit you're going to get into. Yeah, you know? Came out of nowhere. That's true. The Sopranos is a great show. People still, I mean, I watch video essays on The Sopranos all the time, even though I haven't watched the whole show yet. But, you know, I don't know. I watched The Godfather once and I was underwhelmed, but now I'm like super feeling like mob shit for some reason. Are crosswords right wing? I never said they were right wing. I just said like they're middle aged man kind of shit. No, I got some in my beard. Why is this happening? I think Biden is now and guilty as Trump. When was he ever not? There's a realism about Tony Soprano that really none of these other anti-hero characters have, in my opinion, you know? I'm not even going to tell you what I'm eating. But, yeah. I mean, I do the crossword puzzles on my phone. I don't sit there with a pencil and shit. Like, I do it on my... I have an app, you know? It's not ice cream. TG, we're the greatest of all wizards. Reveal your teachings upon us. It's not sour cream. All right, I'll tell you what it is. It's fucking cottage cheese mixed with applesauce. That's what I'm eating. Kind of a weird comfort food for me because my grandma used to feed it to me when I was a little baby. I still eat it to this day, every so often. But I guess it's like weird to most people, so whatever. I don't talk about it. Ooh. See, you guys don't like it. I like it. I don't know what to tell you. Unsubbed. Love that. My dad eats cottage cheese and cantaloupe. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, like cottage cheese on its own is really like very boring food. It doesn't really have much of a flavor to it, but it has a lot of protein. And applesauce is very sweet and interesting. I like the sugar-free because even the sugar-free applesauce is pretty sweet. And I don't know, I mix them together and you can kind of just like shovel it down your gullet and it's pretty filling. And it's not too caloric. And at least there's some protein to it. So I don't know. Yeah, cottage cheese is good with pepper. Sometimes I'll put pepper in the cottage cheese and applesauce. So I like both of those things, but mixed sounds nasty. You don't really mix it so much as you just kind of like, I don't know. You can mix it, I guess, but I don't like mixing it. I like kind of like having like a layer of cottage cheese and a layer of applesauce. Like a dense cottage cheese layer on the bottom, and then like a thinner layer of the applesauce on the top, and then you kind of, whatever. I guess it all gets mixed up in your mouth. I like that cottage cheese mixture. I also like tomatoes and fresh dill. Cool. I like tomatoes covered in salt. I like slicing up a tomato and then just putting a bunch of that thick, flaky salt on it and eating that. That's pretty good, in my opinion. Cottage cheese is a savory food. I feel like cottage cheese has almost no flavor on its own, so I don't know. The only people I know who are eating what you're eating are people in nursing homes. Well, like I said, my grandma is the one who turned me on to it. So, like, she literally fed it to me as a little baby. Like, I mean, literally, like, I'm like a toddler as I'm eating this. So this is like the oldest of like nostalgia foods for me. It's kicking into some like primal baby TJ brain shit. But I do still like it. It's not like it's not like an everyday kind of thing for me, but I definitely like revisit it here and there. Quite a tradition to eat, I guess. I just found Chris Pratt's gonna be the voice of Garfield. Holy fuck, when will it stop? Please tell me that's just like a lie. You're like telling me memes. That's not true, right? Hold up. Chris Pratt, IMDb. Please don't be true. 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 Fuck. Oh, man. God damn it, dude. Why? Why? Fucking why? Fucking serious, bro? Oh my god, it looks terrible. Oh my god, he looks awful. What in the fuck is this? Oh, he looks like shit. He looks like absolute fucking shit. There's no way. How is this this is a real fucking poster? Guys, what the fuck? This is a poster for a movie? Why? It looks so fucking deviant art, fan-made shit. This is your fucking character design? Like, what in the fuck? Oh my god, and Chris Pratt's voice coming out of it. Oh no, man. Dude. Chris Pratt's gotta be stopped, dude. Like, come on, bro. Just stop this. I mean, this looks like, it looks this can't be real. This can't be a real poster, right? Like, this is not, there's no fucking way this can't be fucking real, dude. This cannot be real. This has to be fucking fake. There's no fucking way. I mean, I'm not usually the kind of person that loses their fucking mind over like a character's design or something. Like, this is I can't fucking with this, man. Nah. Just fucking nah, dog. Oof. I didn't even want to join this goddamn Chris Pratt hate wagon, but like, he keeps fucking making it real hard not to fucking just like want him to be just, cast into the sun. Like, Jesus. Just stop, dude. I mean, yeah, like if you told AI to generate like Garfield as a fucking dark 80s fantasy or whatever the fuck, it probably is already on YouTube for that fucking matter. It probably have better fucking shit than that. I almost want to see if that exists now. Hold on. Since everything is a dark 80s fantasy now. Garfield as a dark 80s fantasy. Is it gonna come up with something? No one's done that one yet. So hey, if you're looking to be one of these people with a viral as a dark 80s fantasy videos, you go ahead. This is the place to do it. I've got Midjourney working on it now, but I'm too lazy to make a video out of it. It's too bad because you could clean up. Cyberpunk Garfield, man. Yeah, that poster really fucked my brain up. Because I was not ready for it to look that shitty. I mean, I was prepared for some dog shit, but I wasn't prepared for that level of fucking dog shit, man. That's just too much for me. I can't hang with that, bro. That's beyond my fucking comprehension, you know what I mean? Can't do it. I just can't do it, you guys. Sorry. That's too much for me. Like, I can't hang with that shit, man. It's like, why you gotta be that bad? You want to be bad, fine. But, like, goddamn. I mean, it looks worse than the fucking Bill Murray shit. Like, why? Why, man? Why? Why? I don't like it. I don't like it. Sorry about that, but I don't like it. Yeah, Brendan Fraser's doing that fucking whale movie or whatever. You can watch that shit. For whom the bell tolls. TJ would do a good Garfield, I think. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You'd have to I'd have to just try to erase any memory of Lorenzo Music's Garfield. That was the name of the dude who voiced Garfield, right? Lorenzo Music. Because he's the ultimate Garfield voice. So I'd have to erase any fucking memory of that. I'd have to erase any memory of the Bill Murray one. I didn't really see too much, but whatever. I'd have to just totally approach the character from the ground up and just look at Garfield and be like, what would this fucking cat sound like? But I already feel like Lorenzo Music totally captured it. So consciously avoiding his performance would be a bad thing too. But I just have to like try to put it out of my mind so that I create something original. But I don't know. Like, let's see. Garfield strip. Like, is there like a place that'll just give me like a random? Yeah, there we go. I need to find one where Garfield talks more. Can I put Garfield comics on here? Will I get sued by Jim Davis? Will Jim Davis take me to fucking court? Fucking bastard. So Garfield, all right. I mean, like, man, that Lorenzo music voice just won't leave my fucking brain. Should I just read him as me? Should Garfield just be me? Because I am just already fat and lazy. Like, what if I just read it as myself? Would that work? Like, I don't even do a voice. It's like, you know, what's the difference between a dog and an eggplant? About 3 IQ points. And he just gets thrown. I feel like my voice has too much pep. You know? But maybe H. John Benjamin should fucking voice Garfield, dude. You know, he only has that one voice because it's just his voice. But I think he might be able to do it. I don't know. Can you see the Bob's Burgers voice coming out of fucking Garfield? You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to try to, I'll try to take my voice down. Because here's the thing that Lorenzo fucking Music was able to do. He was able to make Garfield sound really fucking lazy, but there was still like a warmth and like a humor to his voice, you know? Like, so a lot of guys, if you try to go monotone, it's hard to maintain that air of like warmth and levity. But Lorenzo Music had just the right tone of voice to fucking do that shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'll try to do something like that. It's like, I mean, I don't want to just do a pale imitation of that voice though, because I'm not a good impressionist. So I need to fucking really think about who Garfield is as a character here. Just be like, all right, fat. So I almost like want to like look down when I do it. So there's kind of like some fat choking my throat a little bit. Maybe I want to put my hand around my throat like that. You know? Garfield's smiling a lot more in these. I need like the deadpan Garfield here. What do we got? Fucking John. So he's saying Nermal, long time no see, and Nermal. I guess Nermal's a boy. I always think she's a girl. He's a girl. Yep. Did you miss me? Does a toe miss a hangnail? I missed you too. Okay. So Garfield's just like, Nermal, long time no see. See, but now I've lost that warmth. You see? You see how like if I try to read my normal voice, it's too peppy. But if I try to do this like down here kind of voice, it ends up kind of just sounding very morose. But Garfield isn't really morose either. You know, he's got some warmth to it. So, I gotta like do like this and smile maybe. Hey, it's me, Garfield. I feel like I sound more like Yogi if I do that. Smarter than the average bear? I don't know. That's why I'm not a voice actor. I don't think I'm right for the Garfield role, sorry. They only speak to each other in thought bubbles. Yeah, they can't talk. They're cats. Don't be ridiculous. Don't be absurd. Take the self-aware smugness resonating under your cadence and fucking max that shit out. Maybe if I just approach it as a mockery, like, hey, I'm Garfield. What's up? Fuck you. I kind of actually like that. Hold up. Let's try it out. Maybe you're right, acting coach. Normal. Long time no see. Then, yup. Did you miss me? Does a toe miss a hangnail? Yeah, like when I approach it almost like I'm trying to mock it, it turns out a little better, I feel like. Hear about Justin Roiland's domestic violence charge? Yeah. I was actually... Look, I didn't want to talk about it, but I'm actually the partner he domestic violenced. And I got to say, I was into it. Sorry. You know? Like, I don't know why the system is trying to tear that great man down, but I asked to be hit, and I enjoyed it. Thoop! The leaf blower sucks, too. Oh, for a world where pets could pick their owners. Yeah. I think I put a little bit too much energy into that one. Oh, for a world where pets could pick their owners. Yeah, that's right. I'm fucking Garfield, bitch. Who the fuck cares? Not me. The only thing I care about is lasagna, baby. Give me some of that goddamn lasagna. That's what I like. I like lasagna and I fucking hate goddamn Mondays. I don't know. You know, probably better than what Chris Pratt's going to bring at least. I'll give myself that much. When does it get funny? Never. It's Garfield. Was Garfield ever funny? No. Garfield is like cute and relatable, but very, very rarely funny. Why do I remember enjoying Garfield? Because it's cute and relatable. Once again, those are its strengths. Its strengths are it's cute and it's relatable. Its weaknesses are it's not funny at all. Did you see Lisa Marie Presley died? It's not a joke or made up. She passed about 7 hours. Okay, I don't know what it is. Maybe this is some Mandela effect shit, but like I thought she was already like long dead. I thought she died like years ago. I don't know. I'm Gazorpazorp fucking field, bitch. Now give me my fucking enchiladas. Top Cat, eh? It's a me, Mario. What's up? It's a me, Mario. That's right. Fucking Mario, bitch. Chris Pratt, Mario. Bowser, fuck you, motherfucker. Punk ass bitch, motherfucking Bowser. Just go fucking suck a dick, Bowser, you punk. I'm Chris Pratt here to fucking fuck your ass, Bowser, you punk ass bitch. Fucking destroy your asshole, Bowser. Fucking kidnap the princess. That's all right. I don't need that pussy. I'll fuck you in the ass, Bowser. That's right. Bitch. See, I'm a better Mario, too. It's a me. It's a me. You know what I mean? It's a me, Mario. I'm gonna win when I come in that ass, Bowser. Anyway. Yeah, he's good in Guardians of the Galaxy. And I've seen him. I mean, I don't know. I used to kind of like him, honestly. But, like, man, he's just doing so much shit to piss me off lately that I kind of have to jump on the hate bandwagon. TJ, if you had to write a script for a movie that is chronologically placed between Star Wars and Jack and Jill, what would it be? It has to connect them. I wouldn't do that. I'd just drink myself to death at that point. I'd lock myself in a room with a typewriter and a bunch of bottles of liquor, and I would keep drinking the liquor until I was dead. And if I ran out of liquor, I'd just beat myself to death with the typewriter. Because that is a task that, you know, that's like if ever I'm like faced with that task, I'm gonna know that I've died and gone to hell, basically. There's a secret to playing Garfield. Heroin. Yeah. Yes. You need a very particular drug cocktail to play Garfield. For sure. That's definitely what has to happen, you know? Dun, dun, dun. It's not morning. Fuck you. It's 3 a.m. It's not morning to me. Don't be confused by the words AM. All right? Morning doesn't happen until noon. When morning ends. Officially. That's my morning. My morning starts when everyone else's is over. If the Daily Wire hired you to direct a Garfield movie, what would it be like? Dude. Okay. So I would make a Garfield movie. I would go to Meat Canyon, I think, and be like, "Hey, we're going to adapt your weird Garfield animation into a feature-length film." You know, we're going to do like this thing where John is like this dangerous, demented like killer or whatever, and Garfield is just like his involuntary BDSM slave. And we're going to make that into a live-action feature-length film, you know. So you got to sign off on that because that's the best interpretation, I think, of the character. So I'm going to do that. Meat Canyon is fucking great. Honestly, he's kind of one note in a way because it tends to just be like everything he does is just like, hey, remember this thing? Well, what if this one character was really fucked up and evil? It's like, okay. And it's kind of like just all that over and over again. But I think it works better with John from Garfield than anything else because you already kind of detect something like that with John. And I feel like canonically, the movie has to answer the question of whatever happened to his friend, like Lemming, I think his name was. And we're going to fucking, you know, we're going to delve into that theory that Garfield is like all alone, you know, and that John and Odie are like long dead and he's just like delusionally like daydreaming about it. Remember that fan theory, that dark Garfield fan theory from a little while back? We're going to fucking address that as well, you know? We're going to basically take every fucked up version of Garfield that's ever been, you know, seen or committed to to like any sort of creative medium, and we're gonna explore the possibilities of those things. You know, we might even do like a Garfield multiverse or something. Has anyone here does anyone here remember a book called Garfield's 9 Lives? It was like a comic book, I think, and it explored like different facets, like different lifetimes of Garfield. And there was like a horror one that was actually like pretty shockingly violent for anything that's like officially connected with Garfield. Does anyone remember this? There's one where he like literally is about to maul a grandmother. And it's like an official release, right? It's called Garfield His Nine Lives. And in one of them, he's like a monster cat, you know? Let me see. Garfield, His Nine Lives, Grandma. Yeah. This is like official Garf. This is so fucking weird given the fucking Garfield strip, but this is like officially released Jim Davis, like written or created or approved fucking Garfield shit, where there's literally an image of like Garfield about to fucking pounce on and like maul this grandma, dude. And she's just like, come play with mama. This fucking cat is like, I am going to kill this bitch. This is one where Garfield has gone like primal or whatever the fuck. This is like this is official shit. I totally forgot about this until we started delving into this Garfield conversation, right? But this is about, I think this might be the edgiest thing ever officially connected to the Garfield character, right? It has to be. I don't think there's anything edgier that's like connected to Garfield in an official capacity, right? This is like a pretty metal Garfield, yeah. That's from a book called Garfield His Nine Lives. And like most of them honestly are like pretty cutesy. So this is from a 1984 book of illustrated short stories. So they're not comics. I was remembering them as comic books, comic strips. But they're actually illustrated short stories. The book is divided into 10 segments. The first one displays the creation of cats in general, where the latter 9 reveal Garfield's 9 lives. Each of the 9 lives has a short preface of Garfield in his modern incarnation and explains how these various lives shaped aspects of Garfield's personality, such as the origin of his fear of a veterinarian, his love of grinny behavior, his proclivity for slothful lifestyle, his extremely playful side. The book was later adapted into an animated television special in 1988 by a comic book by Boom Studios. So I guess it was a comic book at one point, actually. But that's not what I was remembering. So the one, let's see. Oh, yeah. There is like, man, I forgot about that too. There's the one lab animal that's like, this cat is like a government experiment. And like, that one is also fucked up. But the one where he's about to maul the grandma is called Primal Self. And in that life of Garfield, an orange house cat by the name of Tigger meets an ancient, primal, dangerous, possibly evil force, causing him to revert to an entirely feral state. The story ends with him preparing to attack his unsuspecting owner, an elderly woman. It is strongly suggested that he kills his owner afterwards. Garfield is shown to be terrified of the events in his life. He is depicted cowering under a blanket in his commentary on it, remarking that this life taught him that there are elements in a cat that are not to be toyed with. So, like, whatever element of edge is buried deep within Garfield, this is like the story that's like, here you go. And this is written by Jim Davis, by the way. All these are written by Garfield creator Jim Davis. Well, not all of them, but that one was. So, so this is like canon, like, yes, in one of his lifetimes, Garfield murdered his elderly owner. That's official Garfield canon, bro. Like, come on. What a beautiful thing. The lore of Garfield, man. Jim Davis has got some goddamn demons, is what he got. Every rose has its thorn. The Garfield iceberg. Whoa, you're still live? Yep. That's right, bucko. That's right, bucko. Quentin Reviews, super fan of Garfield, cover this. Yeah. I mean, I didn't figure I was the only one that fucking remembered it because, like, it's pretty damn jarring. So I'm sure a lot of people have had the moment that I just had where they're sitting around and for some reason Garfield comes up and then out of nowhere they're like, they remember that fucking crazy ass shit and they're like, holy fuck. What? I like when the cat eats the lasagna. I have a dark 80s fantasy Garfield thing here. Where should I send it? I don't know. My Instagram, I guess. Or you could put it in my Discord. Whichever one you like better, I guess. Yeah, this is pre-recorded. The chat is pre-recorded. Everything's pre-recorded. You know? Every rose has its thorn. A lot of stupid songs stuck in my head today. Sent to Instagram. All right. Well, let's see what the fuck you got, bitch. I think I can only... I don't know. Oh, there we go. What is it? Let's see what we got here. The fucking hell? When the fuck is this shit? Damn, dude. What? 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 Man, what? Oh, God, what? Man, no, yes. This, yes. Yeah, I mean, no and yes, very much in ample dose of both no and yes for this. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah. Amen. Fucking beautiful. Party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. God damn it. Get out of my head, stupid fucking song. That song is so fucking stupid to me. But I guess I can't deny that it has some brainworm fucking power because that motherfucker will get entrenched in there, man. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but in here it's so delightful. Something and blah, blah, blow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Replace it with another song. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to get Let It Snow stuck in my head. So happy to catch an Insomnia stream. Cool. I can't believe Eddie Murphy put out 3 albums. Yeah. Each one better than the last. You know what I mean? Each one a masterpiece unto itself, man. It's snowing here. Dope. You guys are most good. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go watch some TV and shit, so see you motherfuckers later. And by the way, there will be an Onion Nuggets stream tomorrow. So you guys can tune into that. And if you have anything you want to suggest for that, you can go to my Discord and throw it up in the content suggestions section. Love you all. Bye-bye.